When you're dating, that's your best behavior. He's got his best foot forward. From here on in, you know, he's gonna eat more, he's gonna lose his hair, he's gonna start passing gas. It's just, it gets worse. Because you're married.
It gets worse than this.
What is that?
This is what he keeps in his closet as a reminder of the girls that he's been with.
When Amber met John online, she was instantly smitten. At 25, she already had been married and divorced twice, but that didn't stop her from falling in love again. And after 2 years of dating, these two are talking marriage. But do they have what it takes?
There's nights that he'll just drink with his friends, go to the bar, watch football, and he's being responsible by not coming home. So
I'm not drinking and driving. Isn't that the best thing to do?
Well, okay. It's the lesser of a couple evils. I'll say that.
I'll be passed out, and she's going through my phone while I'm dead asleep. Get mad at me overnight.
Can Amber and John work out their differences and make it down the aisle? Or will today be the last day they call themselves a couple? Today on Divorce Court Before Your Vows.
Come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toler presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Amber Brown and John Marcelak. The two of you have been engaged and you are considering getting married, but you have a few issues and you're not quite sure. So we're here to do one of my favorite things, which is before your vows. You have taken my compatibility test. You have given me your marriage license, and we're going to talk a little bit about your issues. And at the end of this thing, I'm going to tell you what I think. If I think it's a good idea, I'm going to give you your license back. If not, you've given me permission to tear it up, and I'm going to tell you guys to go your separate ways. But before we do that, why don't I start with Ms. Brown? Why don't you tell me why you love him, but why you're here?
Okay. I love John. He can be supportive at times, but the issues that I have with him right now is he watches a lot of porn. He has a severe drinking problem, and he brings up my past a lot. I'm an ex-stripper, and I did what I had to do to raise my daughter. And he brings up my sugar daddies and says, why don't I just go do that for money now? He's not working at the moment, so for him to downgrade what I used to do isn't fair. Also, when he drinks, he likes to gamble a lot. He has an excessive gambling problem, and he likes to lend money to his friends. And he's not working, like I said, so it's my money.
It's your money. You're working. Mr. Marcelak, so far not a ringing endorsement. What would you like to? What would you like to say? Do you love Ms. Brown?
Yes, I do love her. Otherwise, I wouldn't be with her. We wouldn't have made it this far. And
what do you have to say about the issues that she has with your drinking, gambling, bringing up her past, watching all that porn?
There's some nitpicks. She over-exaggerates on that. That's not completely true. She goes to my...
Look at me, look at me. So the porn part, you're saying you do a little bit, but you don't watch as much as she says.
Yeah, not as much as sports, though.
During football season, that's all he does. He goes to the bar, he doesn't come home. There's nights that he'll just drink with his friends, go to the bar, watch football, and he's being responsible by not coming home. So...
I'm not drinking and driving. Isn't that the best thing to do?
Well, okay. It's the lesser of a couple evils. I'll say that. It's the lesser of a couple evils. Why don't you tell me, how often do you drink and how much do you drink?
A couple times a week, sometimes 3. It depends, you know.
When you drink, do you think you drink to excess?
No.
Oh, yeah. Well, Ms. Brown, let me get your opinion on that. How often does he drink and how much does he drink?
He drinks every day, a lot. And my daughter's on vacation for school right now.
Right.
And she's with my mother, and she's been gone for 2 weeks. He's been drinking every day. Instead of being supportive and spending time with me, he gets plastered and smokes weed and watches TV.
Well, you're just having a ball, aren't you?
Yeah. Well,
my goodness gracious. Mr. Marcelak, we've been talking about you for a minute. Let's talk about what concerns you have about her. You say she's insecure. Why don't you explain that to me?
She's taking diet pills, I guess, to try to lose weight. And she's taking the diet pills, but at the same time, after she's taken that diet pill, she's downing it with some fast food. And then she's waking up in the middle of the night and then eating a whole thing of ice cream and then passing out again. expecting something to happen from that.
Ms. Brown, is that what's going on with the food?
I think it's kind of a depression thing from the porn and the gambling and the drinking.
Yeah. I think you got a lot of stuff going on over there. I think you really, really do. I think you're a really good person, and I think something happened to you. You've already been married twice, right? Mm-hmm. And you're 25 years old.
Yep.
And you're looking to get married again. We're going to talk about that in a little while, okay? We're going to talk about that in a little while. What are you looking for? You're obviously looking for something, and you're looking for it in a man. Can you tell me specifically what things you're looking for in a man?
I want a hardworking man, somebody that cares about my daughter.
Good to your daughter.
Somebody that'll pamper me after I work all day, like rub my feet and give me massages. And somebody that's gonna be there for me in the long run, that wants to have children, more children, and somebody that's goal-oriented.
How much of that have you got to give her, Mr. Marcelak?
More than half.
More than half?
I got most of that covered.
Are you hardworking?
Yeah, I'm hardworking. I'm not working at the moment. That doesn't mean I'm not a hard worker.
Okay. Do you pamper her?
Yeah, I do.
In what way? Tell me some of the stuff you do for her.
I don't do massaging feet at all. I'm not a feet person. I hate it. Okay. And she's the only woman in the world that's gotten that luxury from me, is massaging her feet. And I do pamper her. I love her, and I always try to make her feel that way. And when I do give her the attention, she doesn't want it.
So what do you love about him? So far, we know he drinks too much, watches a lot of porn, brings up your past, watches a lot of TV, sports. What do you love about him?
There are times when he can be compassionate. I haven't felt those times in a while, but when we
There are times when he can be compassionate.
Yeah. When we first got together, I was in a really hard spot, and he was really supportive, and he helped me through it. He helped me get my daughter back. And
let me ask you this, Ms. Brown, and just take a beat before you answer it. Mm-hmm. Are you in love with him, or are you grateful to him?
I'm in love with him.
What do you love about him?
That's a hard question. I guess it's like the sex right now.
That's it.
I mean, it helps.
When divorce court before your vows continues, is John cheating on Amber?
What is he saying to these girls on Craigslist?
That he wants to meet up with them, and he's attached his picture, and this is his phone number.
You doing that? Are you considering getting married but aren't quite sure your intended is the right one for you? I'll give you my opinion. Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court Before Your Vows is back with the case of Amber Brown, who isn't sure she should marry her boyfriend of 2 years because she says he is a lazy, porn-addicted alcoholic. But does Amber share responsibility for this relationship's implosion?
She has double standard issues.
You're 25. Why you want to get married now?
I want someone to spend the rest of my life with. I've been looking for a relationship for quite some time, and I'm just ready to move to the next step, the next chapter in my life.
And why is Ms. Brown the person you're ready to move to the next step with?
She's everything that I want. She's beautiful, she's funny, she puts a smile on my face, she knows what bothers me, and she just knows me as a person.
What makes you hesitate?
She has double standard issues.
Give me an example of that.
Okay, so I'll be passed out and she's going through my phone while I'm dead asleep, get mad at me overnight, and then as soon as I go through her phone just to see what time it is, she's harping on me saying, you don't need to go through my phone, you don't need to do this, and all I want to do is check the time. Or if my phone's dead and I need to call my mom or something, she's just blowing up on me saying, you have your own phone, don't touch mine. And that's just not right, because if she needs to use my phone, I have nothing to hide. She can go through it every day if she wanted to.
Does that happen? Do you go through his phone and get upset about it? Mm-hmm. Have you ever found anything in there that indicates that he is, in fact, cheating on you?
Yeah.
Or doing something wrong? What have you found?
Emails to girls on Craigslist. That's how I met him. I met him on Craigslist.
And what is he emailing to girls? What is he saying to these girls on Craigslist?
That he wants to meet up with them, and he's attached his picture, and this is his phone number.
You doing that?
No.
She just made that up.
We were fighting in the first month, and I was trying to get back at her, and then I realized it was a mistake, and then she found out about it like 4 or 5 months later. I didn't even think about it or even anything.
I read your compatibility report. You said a lot of nice things in it. I asked you in the compatibility test, what's wrong with you? And the first thing you said was, I'm a
Oh, yeah.
Wrote it right down there.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a man, so.
Judge, there's a couple other things.
Whoa. You just insulted Joe. All men aren't one of those. Do you think that's a privilege or a right or just something that happens as a function of your maleness?
Just a function.
So just men are just kind of, you know, just jerks just because they are.
Not all the time. Not all the time.
But that's just part of what comes with being a guy.
Yeah.
You got an ego
hand
and
in hand.
you're a jerk and
Yeah.
you know it doesn't get any better. This is the best he's ever gonna be. No, but what I'm saying is when you're dating, that's your best behavior. He's got his best foot forward. From here on in, you know, he's gonna eat more, he's gonna lose his hair, he's gonna start passing gas. It's just, it gets worse. Because you're married.
It gets worse than this.
What is that?
This is what he keeps in his closet as a reminder of the girls that he's been with. This isn't
like a
it. This
keepsake.
isn't it. This isn't it.
You keep that
This
stuff.
isn't gonna fit me.
You know what, Amber? I'm gonna shut this thing down. I want to talk to you. I am. This matter is adjourned. You and I, we're gonna talk.
Court will stand at recess.
When Divorce Court Before Your Vows continues, what does Judge Lynn say in chambers to bring Amber to tears? If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @DivorceCourt. Divorce Court Before Your Vows returns with the case of John Marcelak, who says he loves his girlfriend of 2 years and can't wait to marry her. But will Judge Lynn approve of this union?
He doesn't make you feel, does he? Hello, Amber.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
I wanted to talk to you because I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
Third husband at 25. Eating a lot. There's something in there that's really hurting you. And you don't know how to fill it up. And you don't know how to fix it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what happened to you. But whatever it was, and whatever you did to survive through whatever it was, that isn't who you are, it doesn't define you, it doesn't determine you, and it doesn't direct you. It is something that has made you stronger because you didn't let it kill you. But I'm gonna ask you, what does he do for you?
He's there for me, but he's not emotionally there for me anymore.
And isn't that what you need? You need somebody who's strong and gonna love you and care for you. I'm sure he's a fine enough guy. But don't feel desperate to grab onto what you have until you really got what you want. And I don't think that's what you want here. I don't think he can give you what you need. He got too many issues of his own. He's gambling, drinking, watching porn, talking to other women. You don't need that. You're worth more than that. And somehow I don't think you believe that. Do you understand what I'm saying? No, you don't need a man to define you. You see him for who he is. Not a bad guy, but not the guy for you. You know? Wait to get married until you find a guy who deserves you. And someday later, maybe in his future, he could be at a place where he deserves you. But not now. He can't add to your table. He doesn't make you feel, does he? You deserve so much more. Please don't settle. Do you think you could go out and tell him, said, listen, you don't treat me right? You think you could? Just tell him.
I could do that, yeah.
You don't treat me right. Tell him how he makes you feel. And until that, and say, I can't be with you because you don't make me feel better. You don't make me feel good about myself. Can you do that? Because if you hear yourself say it and he hears you say it, we can believe it and you can act on it and you can remember it and you can say, I'm strong. I don't need that. Because you don't. Can you do it?
Yeah.
Let's go do that.
When Divorce Court Before Your Vows continues, does Amber have the courage to tell John how she really feels?
Ms. Brown, you tell him what you think he needs to hear.
Divorce Court Before Your Vows returns with the case of Amber Brown and John Marcelak, who have come before Judge Lynn to ask her advice on whether or not they should get married.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been out talking to Ms. Brown over there, Mr. Marcelak, and of course we were talking about you, but more than we talked about you, we talked about her. And I don't think you're a bad guy necessarily, but I think you need to hear from her how it is you make her feel. Ms. Brown, you tell him what you think he needs to hear.
You don't make me feel good. You hurt me. And you make me feel like I'm your mother, kind of. Like I'm supposed to be taking care of you.
She sees that you look at her like a convenience. You know, you don't give her love and support. You're living a very college-like life on her dime and her time. You've got a bed to stay in, and you got sex, you got money, and then you're pounding beers like a frat brother. And she feels unloved and uncared for because you haven't taken the time to make her feel loved and cared for. And a couple of foot massages does not a marriage make. You know, don't be impressed with that. That is such a small part of what a woman needs. A woman needs to feel valued. She needs to feel like you think she's the most special thing in the world. If you ever tell her, every time you tell her she was a slut or had a slutty past, that cancels out 500 I love yous. Just cancels them out because it cuts her to the core. And if you're not man enough to walk into her house and be the man that supports her, who lifts her up, who's not lifting up a bottle all the time, who's not spending her money and gambling, you need to love her enough to leave her alone until you're man enough to be with her. I don't know if she's strong enough to step away from you because she's had a lot of hurt in her life. And I'm asking you, if she's got the strength to walk away, don't ask to come back. Do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Show her that much love. Just step out there, Ms. Brown. Just step out. You're gorgeous, you're a good mother. Keep stepping, and you're gonna step into an arms of a guy who really does love you. I mean, all of you, deep down into your heart and to your soul. Believe that. 25, it's early. I didn't find my man till I was 29. I did you know, the whole second half of my 20s I didn't date because I thought they were all idiots. You know what I mean? You wait. You wait and you find that because you have that much. Listen. No, we're not doing this. Because we want to find you what you need to do. And I'm not saying you're a bad guy, but you're not good enough for her right now. You might be someday, but not right now. This matter is adjourned.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
After seeking Judge Lynn's advice, Amber and John remain together. Amber says she has tried to end the relationship and has told John to leave several times, but he refuses to go.